This is 5 on your side at 10.
New at 10, caught on camera. 3 bold burglars committing a string of smash and grabs at businesses across St. Louis. Good evening. I'm Brent Solomon. At this hour, police are looking for the armed thieves who broke into bars and even a restaurant. New tonight, our Robert Townsend talks to workers at 2 of the businesses that were hit.
They were in and out of there within 5 minutes.
The stunning security video gave the general manager at the Sports Zone Bar in South St. Louis chills.
I was very angry because, again, I feel like it's just disrespectful.
Kat Danner says 3 mask and glove-wearing burglars smashed 2 glass doors, stormed inside the business near Gravois and Neosho just after 3 Friday morning, and immediately ransacked the bar.
For someone to come in and hurt a family-owned business, it damages people.
Danner told police 2 of the young-looking crooks quickly grabbed 2 heavy cash-filled safes from her office. One of the burglars even dropped the safe and damaged the bar's floor before the thieves sped off in a black sedan. At least 2 of the smash and grabbers were armed with guns.
And they stole thousands.
Just minutes before, police believe the same burglars did not steal any cash from Steve's Hot Dogs on South Grand, but police say the money-hungry criminals shattered the front glass door and damaged cash registers at the restaurant.
We try to do a lot for the community, and it's frustrating to have setbacks.
Police say it appears the thieves then committed similar crimes at the exotic hookah bar on South Cherokee and at the Start Bar downtown. The good news, nobody was hurt because the businesses were closed at the time. Police tell us they are now reviewing and considering adjusting their patrol hours in the neighborhoods where the smash and grabs occurred. Meantime, business owners and managers just want the bad guys off the streets before they strike again.
Go get a job. Everybody's literally hiring in the area. There's no need to damage somebody's hard work.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And we have some breaking news out of Washington, D.C. tonight. A federal appeals court has placed a temporary hold on President Biden's student debt relief program. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issuing that order brought by 6 Republican-led states just a few hours ago. The states arguing the Biden administration does not have the legal authority to grant broad student loan forgiveness. This order prohibits the White House from canceling those loans. Continuing coverage tonight of Jana Elementary. The Florissant school will go virtual Monday after an independent report found radioactive contamination in the school and on the playground. And now the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will conduct its own testing. But the Missouri Coalition for the Environment thinks that the Army Corps should have acted before now.
I think it should have been done sooner. Anytime you find something on the property like that, I believe in the ATSDR's recommendations and would have loved to seen them inside the Palm Avenue houses as well.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says preliminary results will be available within 2 weeks, and it will coordinate with its partners at the Department of Energy to conduct a peer review of their work. The Jana Elementary PTA says parents are working to find a building for students to learn in person instead of going virtual. They did not give specifics, but Jana PTA says they have located a potential site. We will continue to follow this story and bring you any new developments on air on KSDK.com and on the 5 on Your Side app. There's new information tonight and a story we have been following out of South St. Louis. Tonight, 2 parents are charged after their toddler accidentally shot and killed himself. Darian Worley and Anna Mendoza charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Last week, their toddler found the gun in their car as he sat with his mom. His father was inside the AutoZone in South St. Louis at the time. Worley and Mendoza are not in custody, but there are warrants out for their arrest. Today, Tony Weaver pled guilty to federal corruption charges. Weaver was the change management coordinator at the St. Louis County Jail and a former appointee of St. Louis County Executive Sam Page. He admits to rigging applications for COVID relief funds. He was later fired. Today, a concerning surge in children's respiratory illnesses across the country. It's stretching staffing at hospitals. A spike in the seasonal illness RSV comes as a potentially severe flu season looms. Health experts are also watching for an increase in COVID cases. They're warning people to take precautions ahead of Halloween and the holidays. NBC's Alice Barr has the very latest now from Washington.
Across the country, a concerning trend. Hospitals filling up with children fighting respiratory illnesses, including an unprecedented rise in RSV. Patients coming in numbers this Connecticut nurse has never seen.
Definitely not as high as we've been seeing them now. And I would also say from over the years, just like the acuity and how sick the kids are is much higher than it's been ever in the past.
32 states have reported an increase in RSV cases, and the Department of Health and Human Services says 75% of the country's estimated 40,000 pediatric hospital beds are now full. 2-month-old Asa just came home from the hospital in Columbus, Ohio.
If you've seen a child in that kind of distress with that labored breathing, it's the most terrifying thing as a parent.
Doctors say anyone can get RSV, but babies and the elderly tend to get sicker faster.
A lot of stuffy, runny nose, pretty bad cough, fevers.
For parents of a newborn or a child with risk factors,
knowing that we're having a really big RSV season right now, it's just keeping them away from crowds.
Driving the surge, many young kids were not exposed to viruses during peak COVID precautions. Health officials also warning this flu season could be the worst in years, urging people to get a flu shot and the latest COVID booster that only 5% of those eligible have gotten. COVID cases have been trending downward but are expected to rise this winter as hospitals that are still facing staffing shortages brace for battle on multiple fronts. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And experts say now is the time to protect yourself from the flu. We have made it easy to find a place to get a shot. Text the word flu to 314-425-5355. We'll send you a list of area clinics straight to your phone. Drivers in North St. Louis County now have access to the new eastbound exit ramp from I-270 to New Florissant Road. Traffic now exiting onto Pershaw Road, and that intersects with New Florissant. The project is part of a $278 million I-270 North project to improve outer roads and help reduce traffic congestion. Still ahead, the sounds and tastes of the world. What brought thousands to Cherokee Street tonight?
And incredible weather for it. You know, temperatures today 84, haven't been there since October 10th, about a dozen days ago. And it's been really dry, about 1/4 inch of rain, maybe a little bit more so far this month, but the rain chances increasing and some good amounts. I'll time it out coming up.
It was a day to honor service members from the Civil War. Families gathered at Jefferson Barracks this morning to honor 175 black men who died during the war. These infantry men contracted cholera after returning from the battlefield. After the war, Jefferson Barracks refused to bury them, instead putting them in a mass grave. It wasn't until the 1930s that they received a proper military burial. For the last 8 years, this graveside ceremony has helped remember them for their bravery and service. One of the veterans was Benjamin Oglesby, a slave turned soldier who went on to own his own property. We spoke with some of his descendants today.
Bring something so phenomenal to let us be a part of it, to experience it. And we thank them here at Jefferson Barracks for letting us be a part of that.
These service members were also forever honored at the National Cemetery with a monument where their names are now inscribed. All right, we're dancing over here. Cherokee Street was the place to be for bourbon lovers today. Over 450 bourbon, whiskey, rye, and scotch tastings from all around the world were available at tonight's second annual Bourbon Festival. The more than 1,500 attendees also had a chance to enjoy a variety of music, as you just heard, as they strolled through the festival. The festival wraps up a little over an hour ago. So that was a great event there.
Love it. Good weather for it, too.
Yeah. And the thing about it, when you think about it, it really is picture perfect weather as we head into the weekend.
It is. I mean, for the, really, we're nearing the end of October.
Right. And it doesn't feel like it.
Not at all. Yeah. We've got football weather, but really our football. But now, not the weather.
There you go. Yep.
All right, so let's check in with what's going on. It's the time of pumpkins and squash. That's for sure. All right, 84. Wow, can you believe it? 53 for that overnight low, and 67 is where we normally are, and about 47 for the average low temperature. Record, by the way, 88, so 4 degrees shy from that, and that's what we're expecting all weekend. We might get close, but we're not expecting records. But 69 degrees right now, 70 at about 10 o'clock tonight. That's crazy. So about 40% on that humidity. Saw it as low as 17% today. It's expected to be in the 50s, close to 60 in St. Louis. And then we have that southerly wind. This is currently moving into the area. So there's a warm front to the north of us. So we don't really have a big system coming for tonight or the next couple of days. But here we go in the Pacific Northwest. This system will arrive by Monday night into Tuesday. Then we're also watching Roslyn, almost a hurricane down here in Mexico in the Pacific Ocean. Eventually some of that moisture moves into Mexico, then Texas, much needed rainfall for them. And it may interact with this system coming our way. So look at these new totals from earlier this evening. These are up. So all of us about an inch, maybe as high as 2 inches with some downpours expected. And here's the timing on that. So Monday looks dry. It is Monday night now that we're expecting that front to push through, and then that wave of energy to come in for Tuesday and Tuesday night. Rain at times, maybe some rumbles of thunder, not expecting severe weather, but it should get out of here by Wednesday. We will clear up, but look at this 10-day forecast showing temperatures in the 80s all the way through Monday. Rain more likely Monday night into Tuesday and Tuesday night. 1 inch, maybe 2. And then as we head into Wednesday, 60s. We'll stay in the 60s, Brent, all the way through next weekend. And maybe next Saturday, a slight chance of a shower in here. But things are looking really nice to end the month.
Yeah, Jim, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you much. Yep. That's it for your news at 10, but Corey Miller is standing by because it's time for 5 on your sideline.